Hey guys. Okay, so it is Oni here. I am I'm test driving right now, Tesla Model Tesla Model S at this Tesla dealer. And an opportunity came to my mind. So this is where we respond with failure, because there was an issue with the loan I was gonna get to get my mom her Model S, because my company is based in New York and not in Utah. And Tesla, in order to buy that car, they need the lender to be based in Utah. So as a result, that kind of fell through. So I started learning more about just the different loans and trying to scramble to get that there. And then I realized I needed to repair my credit. You can see that about Karma and that I put it out. But an interesting opportunity came into my awareness recently. And basically what that opportunity consists of is, actually, let me just move over, is if you listen to the podcast, I talk about doing a service arbitrage business for rental cars, right? And it's very interesting because of the unique situation. I need to do some market research with Turo to see what the kind of usage rates are. But my mom's Model S, right, is not, it's not used a lot. Or I'll be using it. But then I was thinking, okay, I could get this car, but I wonder how it'll test in the market. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run a test and we're going to get it. Now, I think it's going to be a pretty, it's a hot commodity, so we're going to try and find that price point. But the idea is I'm going to try doing some research. Well, not trying. So I'm doing some research on Turo, and I think I can rent the car for about $60 a day. Now, if I get, say, a $700 payment, that means after 12 days renting it out of 30 days, it'll pay for the payment. So that's 18 days of use, right? But what's interesting is if you do that, you can then take that, and what would happen if I rented out the whole month, right? And then if I were to rent it out the whole month, or just see how much it would catch and see if it could pay for itself. And then how much more could it pay for itself that we could get another car, right? And the idea is subsidizing this idea. I'm going to see. So first off, we're going to just see how self-sustaining it is on its own. And then in this Utah market, if it's good, I'm going to do some research to test with other cars, with other Teslas, mainly because I really like the car Tesla. But I'm going to test with other cars, Hyundais, other stuff. Just look on Turo, see what's buying, see what people are paying for, and how much they're paying for it. And then look to see if we can secure loans for those cars and do a little car rental side gig for my mom here. And this will kind of be the centerpiece of that. But I want to see, after testing and seeing if that'll work, how well we could scale that. And I do think it's important, guys, to focus and do that. But this is not something that requires a ton of focus. It's really just making sure you have the capital investment and that the opportunity's there. Now it's it's mid-March, going into April in Utah. So we'll see how much people are using rental cars or whatever. But I suspect it might be higher than I think. And so I've been looking at some other places and some other people who do this car arbitrage, and it sounds like it's actually a really solid business idea. And so I've been looking at that. I'm going to keep doing some research, but I'm test driving this Model S and really kind of just getting the feel for it to understand what would it be like to have these cars and have that work. So this is part of working out the why. So, by the way, this is day one of This Is How You Change Your Life, 35-day challenge to switching everything up. I'm going to build a business, launch a book, start a store, obviously start a car rental business, and there's one other thing I'm doing. And I'm going to do it in 35 days and basically go from 0 to hero, right? That's the idea. go from like broke as a joke to wanting all the smoke, I guess. I don't know. I can't rhyme I'm not rhyming very well right now. But this was the idea. Now, being able to test drive these cars doesn't cost me anything, and I've been able to learn more about financing, getting a feel for them. And it also helps with just visualizing, really taking in the touch, the taste, and the smell when I meditate and I think about it for like my manifestation, right? Because I want to make sure that I'm visualizing it, feeling it, and thinking it as I'm going and doing that work. Now, the big why I'm doing this is because I'm ultimately trying to look for a way, obviously, to free myself and find like a more secure way, because I'm doing like, obviously I feel like there's security in all my businesses at some level, but there's a lot of me dependent, and I'm trying to get something that's less me dependent. And the idea is if I can do this car business and kind of introduce it to my mom and a few others, the idea is that that would be an income stream for her, and it would also give her, you know, transportation and others, and it would just create something new. And a lot of it really is also just giving she and I time to spend together, because I really just want something to do with her, and that's a big reason why I was so stuck on that Tesla. And I realized like this, like I'm really stuck on the idea of like Tesla, just because like first, like while I'm here, I want to use it, and I like the idea of having an internet connection and being able to work from the car. But even going beyond that, just realizing the opportunity that comes from like having that kind of brand. And I also just like the idea that it represents the future, and I respect Nikola Tesla and Elon Musk a lot. So I'm really stuck on this idea. And I like the idea of being able to introduce my mom and get her used to dealing with and integrating with very kind of futuristic new cars. I like that idea. And so I don't know, there's just a very there's an interesting attachment I'm feeling to this possibility. Now obviously I don't like the idea of my mom just staying stuck here in Utah. We're gonna try and get her out, but there's another part of me that just wants to see if I can do this. Right? I want to see if I can do this along with everything else I'm doing. And it's not going to take that much time. It might take 1 or 2 days, you know, half a day, right? But if I do this 1 or 2 days and I'm able to manage it, and the biggest thing is the idea is like, can I teach my mom? That's really the big goal here, is like, am I good enough at explaining this? Oh look, there's some old timers in a Tesla right there. Debonator. I love it. So maybe there's some hope yet, right? So the idea is, do I understand this model well enough that I can teach my mom, and can I teach others? Now, obviously, I'm not going to be teaching people how to make car businesses. The idea is ultimately just being able to create a business of any idea, right? And that's what the Prolific Career Engine's all about. So check that out. Like and subscribe if you're interested. Because as we're going through this challenge, this is already day 1, the idea is that anything is possible if you have the right mindset and you've learned how to master yourself. That's why I have the mental mastery course. It's having that confidence and that wherewithal to just go for things. Because, guys, I got the idea this morning. and I'm talking to my mom about it this afternoon. And the idea is we're going to see if we can secure a loan today so that we can put it in tomorrow and get the car on Monday. That's how fast we're executing. We're not taking time on this. So I'm just trying to show you guys that in a few days, a lot of things can happen if you determine to execute and to really make a difference for yourself. And I'm just going to be, working my guts out the next 35 days to make that happen every single day. Saturday will be more internal work because that's my Sabbath day. So that's where we'll do a lot of planning and a lot of internal stuff. But I'll still make a video. I'll still put a report out. It's going to be 35 days. And then the other 6 days is just action. Action, 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 action. And getting into a rhythm because we have to change things around. And so we've already set up the pieces to do that. So now it's just a matter of following through on what we said we're going to do. And y'all are holding me accountable for doing this. Because if I went and did this and, I can fail. Like, it's a possibility that the $5,000 a month, the $1,000 in book sales might not happen. It's a possibility that this whole business thing blows up in my face. But the thing is, I have so many things in the fire, and I'm trying my darndest to make something happen, because that's what it takes. You have to try and make stuff happen. And so it's really just about like action. And I'm showing you how, like, just with ruthless execution, the right mindset, and a little know-how, you can make a big difference in a very short amount of time, which is people's biggest factor that they say they don't have. And they're like, well, I don't have the time. And it's like, okay, well, just give me an hour a day, because I'm basically broke, you know, essentially homeless. I don't have an apartment or anything like that. And if at the end of this month I'm able to go through this and I'm making more money than you, and I'm, you know, having a better experience than you need to really ask yourself, why is that? If my material stability isn't giving me what I want, what does this guy have that allowed him to get what he wanted? Really ask yourself that. And that's where I pitch my course. I say join it, like and subscribe. Check out in the link below to join the link so you can look at the webinar. Also, check out my pre-order link for my book, Eliza and the Author. Just all the links, you know? Check them out. Support me. Help a brother out. Get him something to eat. I got done donating plasma, and here I am doing this stuff. I still haven't eaten yet today. So I've got to go buy my Loom account and go get some stuff done. I'm going to be going to the Starbucks nearby to go get that stuff taken care of. I need to go get my Loom account. I need to go set up my workflow for some of my recordings, and I need to post a few of these videos. And then after that, I need to do some research on Turo and this car rental arbitrage thing and see what kind of options we can get. And obviously, I'm very stuck on Tesla, but if there's some other high hit options, I still want to get that Model X. I'm really pushing for that, just because, like, I just think it would be cool, and it'll enable me to work with my mom, because I'll actually have an internet connection. But then after that, you know, any other cars we can use for this arbitrage business and start doing that little by little. We'll find cars that people will rent that they'll use, and then we'll just start building that up. And then the sooner we can pay those cars off and use them as cash flow, the better things are. So I'm going to say the numbers. Hopefully it'll make sense to my mom. And the idea is helping her get used to this idea of this brand new world we're trying to create. Just like I'm trying to help you guys get used to that brand new world. So I hope you're doing well. Stay happy, stay healthy, like and subscribe. Stay happy. I already said that. Stay happy, stay healthy, like and subscribe. Stay calm. It's just a game. Peace.